Welcome to my latest battle report. It's Orktober. Well, it's Orktober at the time of filming, though this one might come out in November. But it's Orktober right now, so I need to play with the Boyz versus the Tyranids. So it's 2,000 points, and I've set up a lovely table, the battle mat, and this pre-painted scenery that you see is from urbanmats.com. And because it's 2,000 points, I honestly can't remember the last time I did a normal game. So we're actually using the Pariah Nexus mission deck today, and we're playing Take and Hold. That's the one where you get 5 points for each objective that you control from turn 2 onwards, up to a maximum of 15 a turn. We're going with Dawn of War deployment, nice and simple, with swift action as the mission rule, so battle line units that advance and fall back are still able to perform actions, and we've both got a chunk of battle line units. And welcome back to the channel. Pootle, say hi, Pootle.
Hi, Pootle.
Now, you started collecting this army just before Leviathan came out?
Well, kind of, or in 1990, depending on which way you look at it. Because,
Right.
So when Leviathan was on the horizon, and I knew that it was going to be NIDs, I thought, ooh, I've already got some NIDs, i.e. lots of original Space Hulk Gene Stealers. So it was very easy to slip and accidentally end up with 2,000 or 3,000 points of turrets.
OG Gene Stealers back from
Yes.
19...
It was 1990 for me, February
Right.
1990 when I bought Space Hulk.
Let's have a look at that. That was a great game.
I still play it.
Why don't they re-release Space Hulk?
I don't know. I think it would work.
I think it would fly off the shelves. Getting big nostalgia vibes. Look, these are the OG, the Yumgal. Well, they're called Yumgal Gene Stealers now, but the OG Gene Stealers from the Space Hulk box.
Yep.
That was such a good game. 2,000 points of Tyranids, bang on.
On the nose.
What did Tyranids do?
So this is the classic detachment. I forget what it's called, but it means that I pick whether to go with sustained hits on infantry or lethal hits on vehicles or precision. I'm going to go with lethal hits on vehicles today. I also get Shadow in the Warp, which means that once per battle I can make you take a battle shock test, and that'll be at -1 if you're within synapse range of me, 6 inches. And speaking of synapse, if I'm within synapse if I have synapse units, which are the Tyrant, interestingly now the Broodlords, the Winged Tyrant, and the Warriors, then I can take battle shock tests on 3d6. And in melee I get +1 strength.
+1 strength, so long as you're in synapse, and because they've given it to Broodlords, Gene Stealers and Broodlords have become pokey again.
Yes, very much so.
I like it. Okay.
So this is Hive Fleet Utøy, which I think is Norwegian for vermin, which works well for me.
Perfect.
Led by Hive Tyrant, very choppy, and he's got the Warlord trait Adaptive Biology.
Right.
So that means that he gets a 5-up, feel no pain, and if at the start of any turn he's lost some wounds, then that turns to a 4-up, feel no pain.
Very tonky.
Any ranged weapons within 6 inches of him gets both assault and lethal hits, although this isn't a super shooty list.
Where's the guns?
No, he doesn't have any guns himself, but any units nearby would have assault and lethal
Not
hits.
a lot of guns there.
No, we're not here for the guns.
We're here for the punch. We're here to throw ourselves at each other and rip each other out. It's going to be lovely.
Yep. Then I've got 2 units of 10 Gene Stealers led by Broodlord.
Yes.
The Broodlord means that the whole unit gets devastating wounds.
Yes.
The whole unit will reroll 1s to hit, and if the target's in range of an objective, they'll reroll 1s to wound as well.
Yep.
So they can chew through things. And King in the North earlier in the year, a unit was charged by a Bloodthirster. 3 survived with the Broodlord, they took the Bloodthirster down through some slightly freaky dice rolling, but they dish out some pain.
Yeah, with lethal and devastating and re-rolling to hit, they can be pretty good.
Yeah. I've then got some big bugs. I've got Old One Eye,
right,
he's not Synapse because he's a little bit mad, but whilst he's leading a unit of 2 Carnifexes, then the whole unit can re-roll hits, which is quite good because the basic Carnifexes only hit on 4s.
Right.
He himself has got a 5-up, feel no pain, and recovers D3 wounds in each player's command phase, so he's quite tanky, unless you hit him with a huge, great big claw.
So Carnifex is hitting on 4s, but re-rolling all hits because of Old One Eye mitigates for that 50-50.
And they've basically got 8 attacks each with these Scything Talons.
Yes, and they're flat 3 damage.
Flat 3 damage, and normally strength 9, but if they're within Synapse, if I can get Synapse near them, then they'll get strength 10. So they'll be quite good. And one eye himself has got the 2 modes of attack, so he could have either 6 attacks, strength 14, AP3, damage D6 plus 1, or 12 attacks at strength 6, AP1, damage 1. So he can flip flop depending on what's best.
He's nasty and recovering wounds, and he's going to be a problem today.
I hope so. Almost, you might say, a distraction.
A distraction. I see what you did there.
Yes,
that's genius.
They should do that. I should patent that.
That should definitely be a thing.
Then the other character is the winged Tyranid Prime.
Right.
He's leading a unit of 10 gargoyles. The gargoyles thing is they can move, shoot, move.
Right.
So after they've all got assault weapons. After they've shot, they can move another 6 inches.
Yes.
They then can't charge, but that's not really what I'd want them for. They're the one thing that's they're just going to be positioning, blocking, objectives, that kind of stuff. The winged Prime himself gives them sustained hits 1 for what it's worth, and if you kill him in melee on a 4-up, he can still fight back.
Okay.
But they're mostly that unit's about objectives.
Yeah, they're not too crunchy. It's move, shoot, move, get objectives. They're battle line as well. So in this scenario where you could advance, fall back, and still do actions, they're going to be quite useful.
And I think they will die to a stiff breeze. We can test that.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, they fall over very quickly.
Then I've got 3 units of Gants, each with different weapons. So the Devourers, 2 shots, 18 inches. Flesh Borers, 1 shot, slightly higher strength, 18 inches.
Yes.
And then the pistols, 12 inches.
Spine gaunts.
Spine
One
first.
of each type. I like it.
It's just for, just because I've got them. 5 barb gaunts.
Yes.
Just to sit back, and then if anything they hit, can get -1 to move, advance, and charges.
I think it's -2. Is it -1? We'll figure it out.
No, you're right. It's 2. It's 2. 2 units of Tyranid warriors. 1 choppy, which can put out quite a lot of attacks. I think 18 attacks. 1 shooty who can fall back, shoot, and charge.
Yes.
The choppy ones get that. Same thing as the Blade Guard vets. They choose either to be reroll ones to on save or on hits. At the beginning of the fight.
More choppy or more saving.
Yeah. Probably going to go choppy.
Yes. And then there's some rippers at the front.
So this is to make it the 2,000 points exactly. So I've got 1 unit of 2, 1
and
unit of 1.
amble.
And I didn't notice him. He's just popped up. So this is the OG lead 1980s.
Heavy.
I've been playing you recently, the last few games since the Orks last Orktober, Ultramarines in June time, whenever it was.
Yes.
I've had lots of lead. I couldn't give you lots of lead, but to go back to the 80s is still quite good. Turns out that any list can have an allied amble.
How weird is that?
It's very weird.
So the Legends choice, you can stick it in there.
It felt like it was appropriate for a game with us.
Yes.
And I've painted him up, rather than the kind of the classic vaguely browny colours, which he was originally done in, I've done him in a bluey purple scheme that could be, maybe he is a bio beast, maybe he's been engineered, maybe he hasn't. I deliberately didn't do exactly the same shade of blue.
Maybe he's just their friend.
Yeah, maybe he's just popped up to go, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And eat some gribblies.
What can an amble do?
Oh, so the big thing there is he can start in Deep Strike.
Yes.
And twice per game, he can go back into Deep Strike at the end of your turn and appear in mine. So he's going to be quite handy for objectives. He's also got 8 wounds and a 5-up, feel no pain. So he's
8 wounds?
Well, he's lead, you see.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm sure
Many wounds because he's big and heavy with a 5-up, feel no pain.
Yeah.
So he's got feel no pain.
Yes.
Your Warlord's got feel no pain. These boys over here, no, they've got the re-rolling the hit.
Yeah,
things.
I've got the Strat that can give someone a feel no pain. And
yes.
I've also got the last unit, the T-Fex, who's got the acid spray.
Yes.
He can once per battle turn a damage to 0.
Yes.
But he's there to effectively, if he's near him, then
near
that gun becomes assault.
Right.
Which means that I could be running forwards and it becomes an assault weapon.
Right. Also, the acid spray T-Fex is really good for Overwatch.
Overwatch and then shoot again. And thank you, Kraken, for introducing me to that in game 1 of 10th. Burning a unit of assault.
Yeah, I think it's the best one. I mean, the really shooty one with the rupture cannon is nice, but it's so swingy. You need 2 of them.
Yeah, so auto hitting.
And then they're really expensive if you bring 2 of them. Yeah. That's like a quarter of your army right there. Yeah. So this list, has got a deceptive amount of teeth.
I think it's got some. It should be able to do some work because both units of Steelers are almost fire and forget missiles because they've got sign-ups themselves.
Yes.
Broodlord's nasty. T-Fex is nasty. That distraction unit is probably more than a distraction.
Yes.
And then I've got lots of point scoring units beyond that. So you've got to think: do you deal with the stuff that's scoring points, or do you deal with the stuff that's killing you?
Yeah.
Which is the way I like to play.
Lots of teeth and claws And yeah, let's look at the boys. The boys are here. We're having a fight, so we've won. Happy wargaming.
Bye.
This is bang on 2,000 points as well. And because it's Orktober at the time of filming, I'm bringing along Murphy for Murphy's War. Yes, Howling Mad Murphy will be with us today. But before we get to him, I want to talk you through my idea. Basically, this army is gloriously painted but to level 3 or 4 painting standard by Den of Imagination Painting Studios, and the most recent additions that I've had to my collection are the triple Death Dreads and the triple Squig Hog Boys, so I put them down. I like Death Dreads, I like Squig Hog Boys. They can never be, their movement can never be affected by anything, and they have a feel no pain, so they are, I think they've also got anti-monster 4 up as well, so they're pretty good. So put them down and then down. And then I needed boys, so triple trucks with triple units of boys with power claws. Then I needed stuff to speed around all over this place and get secondaries, so triple unit of war bikers with power claws in there. And then I realised I didn't have a boss or anything. So Murphy came along with some Mega Knobs inside of Morkanaut, give him Super Sidebook body, and it turned out to be bang on 2,000 points. I am a genius. Orks, what do? This is the War Horde. So Orks basically have got a once per battle wow. When we declare a war, we can advance and charge. We get an extra attack. We get something else. I forget what, a 5-up invulnerable save, that's what it is. And in the War Horde, in close combat, 6s are sustained hits. There's a nice strat, so you can make 5s and 6s sustained hits. There's also another nice strat called Arda's Nails. So anything that's not a vehicle, you can make -1 to wound. So that's quite chonky as well. But yeah, we've got some battle eye units here. The triple units of boys zipping around. And it's relatively quick list, which means we can get to those horrible aliens and show them who's boss. See, we're lovely aliens. We're the right kind of aliens here. Green,
Very cuddly.
Green is better. Not. We don't want to.
Come for a hug with the T-Fex.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there. We'll have some punches. We'll rip their claws off and use them as toothpicks. Let's go on to deployment. Okay, Poodle. Did I mention urbanmats.com for the battle mat and all this? I did, because I kind of like their scenery. This looks nice and pretty. All my units are down except for a unit of war bikers, which I've left in strategic reserve. I've got some fast stuff, some bikers, and some Squig Hog Boys down here. And some fast stuff, some bikers and Squig Hog Boys on the other flank. And then Murphy is inside the Morkanaut with some bodyguards nearby, and then Orks in trucks all along. Some of the boys are going to have to stay back and hold on to this objective here, I think. They're going to be very annoyed that they've been told to stay back.
The truck's broken down.
Maybe the truck's broken down, or maybe Murphy will rip their arms off if they don't stay back and loot this piece of scenery down here. And they have to stay back because your amble is in strategic reserve. It can deep strike in, and you've put a unit of Rippers.
Unit of 2 and a unit of 1.
Unit of 2, unit of 1. Rippers have an OC of 0, so they can't do any actions, but one of the things they can do is reduce my OC down. But they can also do things like get behind enemy lines, is fine. Things like that. Okay, so fast stuff on this flank. Gene Stealers, Choppy Warriors.
Yeah.
Wherever you see models up at the top of buildings, they're really down below on the ground floor, but we've put them up there so you guys can see them nice and clearly. I'm terrified of Old One Eye with 2 Carnifexes. I'm also fairly terrified of your Hive Tyrant with Adaptive Biology stood right next to the big shooty bug of doom.
Yep. So he's now got assault. Acid spray is now an assault weapon.
Yeah, because that's what the Hive Tyrant does.
Yep.
Gives out that. So moving forward, trying to dominate the centre of the battle grid. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. And there's a tiny little Ripper Swarm over here because I put some war bikers in reserve and you don't want some coming on just down here. So we're set up. We're ready to rock. Let's roll a dice roll and see who goes first. Roll a dice roll. After you, sir.
Okay.
You've got a 3. The boys have got a 6. Ooh. It's Orks, turn 1. So Murphy shouts out his orders in turn 1. He wants to sabotage an item of terrain not in my deployment zone and secure no man's land. Right, before we started anything, Gene Stealer scouted a little bit on this side, but not their full 8 inches because that would have let them... the counter charge could have been a thing. Same thing that happened with these Gene Stealers over here. Then I didn't declare a WoW in turn 1. No advancing and charging in turn 1. No invulnerable saves to all the shooting that comes back again. but I am securing no man's land. This unit of bikes plus the Death Dread are on this objective, and round the other side, this truck is on this objective. And as for sabotage, we're sabotaging this item of terrain with a unit of Squig Hog Boys here. I'm worried about the countercharge from the Gene Stealers in this item to terrain, because they could thread through, come charging through the wall and hit them, but whether they can hit a whole unit of Squig Hog Boys and kill them and stop me sabotaging, that is, I don't know. I think that's unlikely. There's still some boys inside this truck, but that truck, before it reversed backwards onto my home objective, disembarked this unit of boys. I moved forward, disembarked, advanced, pushed up the table for a couple of reasons. One is to move block, put a big unit of boys up there, but two, kind of drawing out the Overwatch from the acid spray.
Yep, it's coming.
And it's coming. Defects, number of shots, D6 plus 6. It's 11. No cover here. Threes, I'm just picking them up. So, drop dice don't count. With the Stinger Salvo, you wiped out 7 of the boys there. So that's it for the Overwatch phase. Now we're going to have some shooting, and interesting. Well, round this side, there's some Warbikers that are in range of this Ripper Swarm. One of them is, and the other two, we'll have a go at these little bugs down here. Daka guns into Ripper Swarm, nothing hits. 2 twin Daka guns into the little Gants, nothing hits. Great shooting, boys. But then after the bikes fired in, the truck heard the loud banging noises, and I fired that in off camera, and actually put 2 wounds on the Ripper Swarm, so I actually hurt something in the shooting phase. Then we'll come all the way over to the other flank, where this unit of bikers, Gene Stealers are a problem, aren't they? Let's shoot at them. So let's see if these bikers can hit with anything. We hit twice, brilliant.
3 shots, we'll do twice.
Strength 5, we wound twice, 2 5-up saves. We injure 1, because they have 2 wounds each. So the truck fired in, caused another wound, another save, and you make it. And that's all the shooting on this flank. We're coming across here to the Morkanov. See, interestingly, I don't want to shoot at the Carnifexes, because they have a surge move. They'll just come forward, give them the free movement. Don't want to shoot at your Hive Tyrant, because then it's 5-up, feel no pain, becomes a 4-up, feel no pain. I want to shoot anything. There's some warriors down there. Let's shoot the warriors. 3 shots with the custom Mega Blaster. I hit once. Yay. It's strength 9. And that wounds. 5-up save with cover. You make that as well. Then the custom Mega Zapper has D6 plus 3 shots, which hit on 5s. I hit. It's strength 10. There's a wound. Another 5-up save, sir.
And good dice.
Keep making the 5-up saves.
It's winter special.
2 rocket launchers. D3 shots each. 5s. There's a hit. Need a 3. There's a wound. And again, another 5-up save.
Can't make them all.
No.
And that's 3.
Yeah, flat 3 damage. That does nuke 1. Then the 2 twin big shooters fired in. Didn't do any further wounds. And that's the end of my shooting phase. I killed a warrior. Great shooting phase for the Orks. I've also got double hazardous checks to take on my Morkanor.
What can possibly go wrong?
And I don't do any wounds to myself either. And there's no charges, and at the end of that turn I've secured no man's land and started sabotaging an objective and fed a few units to the Great Devourer. So let's find out what they do in their turn 1. And the Tyranids just want to kill stuff. No prisoners, an overwhelming force. So the bugs move forward and take all the objectives all the way across the centre, and on this flank there's a lot of pressure about to hit the Warbikers, so that'll be no prisoners. They're also in range of that objective, which will also be the other one, which is overwhelming force, kill stuff in range of objectives. Gargoyles moving forward a long way. They advance, they have assault weapons, but I think they're move blocking the counter charge, because if Gene Stealers go in, then we've got counter charge, but it's going to be a mess down here. I love it already. Up in the middle, the Carnifexes advanced forward, as did the little unit of bugs, as did the Tyrannifex, but they're next to the Hive Tyrant, which gives them assault weapons, and the boys in the middle of the battle grid, well, they're probably toast. Keeping some of the Synapse linchpin down here with the warriors, the unit that got lit up last turn. Gene Stealers staying still for now. Why are Gene Stealers staying still?
They're going to counterpunch you whatever is coming next.
Okay. So the Hive Tyrant and the Gene Stealers are waiting to see what comes out of that big clanking monstrosity.
Probably nothing.
And then an advance round here with some little bugs and with the Ripper Swarm to try and move block the counter charge that might come in this side. So locking down some positioning on the right and left flank and posting up with a big massive threat in the middle. Very interesting. Let's go into the shooting phase. So we're going to start with the Gargoyle shooting at a Death Dread because you've got lethal hits as part of your adaptation with Invasion Fleet, and then the winged tyranty thing, Wing Prime, he gives them more sustained as well.
I'm fishing for 6s here. I've only got 10 shots.
Okay. Okay. And there's a couple of 6s. So 5s to wound with these other shots, and 3 wounds come through. 3 wounds, 2 up saves. Death Dread does take a wound.
Yay.
Then after the Gargoyle shot, they moved again for 2 reasons. 1, helping build the screen, but 2, leaving a gap for the Warriors if they want to come charging through, as well as the Gene Stealers into those War Bikers or the Death Dread. Move along to the Tyrannifex. No great targets for it, so it doesn't really want to shoot at the Morkanaut because it's going to be winning it on 6s. So the Acid Spray is coming out into the truck, and then the Spine Banks are coming out into the Boyz right in front.
Spine Banks first.
Yes.
So these hit on 3s, I think.
Yes. Wounds on 4s.
Just
There's
the one
a wound.
Sting us out those.
That's a save.
Yep.
Then D6 plus 6 for 9 shots into the truck. And these are
5s to wound.
Yeah, going to need 5s. 3 come through. I need 6s. I make a 6, so that's 4 damage on the truck.
Yep.
But them boys down there, they're not dead yet. So the Warriors, they're going to chuck everything into the Boyz. We're starting off with Death Spitters.
Hitting on 4s.
Yes. 2 hits.
Hits. Wounding on 4s.
No wounds. Okay.
D3 from the Venom Cannon.
That is 2 shots.
Hitting on 4s.
Both hit.
Both wounds. AP 2, damage 2.
Oh, those were the hits.
Oh, sorry, hits. Wounds on 2s. Wounds on 3s, sorry. So 1.
Yes, just 1 came through, so there's still 2 boys remaining. So these things, the Spine Banks from the Barb Gaunts are firing at them. D6 shots each. It's a lot of shots.
It is.
Yeah.
Probably overkill.
Yeah. This number of shots. And they need 4s.
4s.
4s to wound. That's just
1
wound. Just 1.
Yeah.
You kill 1. I don't know what's going on down here, but that boss knob really doesn't want to die. So the 2 D3 shots from the Bioplasma from the Carnifexes are coming into my boss knob. Number of shots. 4 shots. 4s to hit.
4s to hit, but re-rolling because of old 1 eye.
Yes. There we go.
Doesn't
3
matter.
hits. Strength 7, eh?
Strength 7, so 3s.
Yes. They all wound. AP. AP2, there's no saves, and my boss knob finally falls, melted to green pus. That, of course, is some points for overwhelming force and no prisoners. And now we've got the little squad of Gaunts down here. They got 20 shots with all their guns, with lethal hits because of Invasion Fleet, firing at this truck.
So Devourers.
Yes.
Some 4s.
Yes, those 6s are lethal.
6s are lethal. 5.
So they wound already, and then you need 6s to wound.
Yeah.
Okay, so
hello.
6 wounds. 7 wounds. 7 4-up saves. Wow, that truck is down to 2 wounds remaining. Okay, and that's it for the shooting phase. A unit of Boyz has died. There's no charges coming up the pipe because lots of advancing happened over there. But there's definitely a chunk of charges coming on this flank. Who's charging first then?
Warriors first, so that I know whether they're getting up to
Okay.
7 inches.
7 inches to the War Bikers. They
spot
will
on.
just about make the charge. They'll be strung back though and block off some of the Gene Stealers. So there's the Warriors. The Gene Stealers basically don't roll snake eyes. You should be okay. That's a 10.
Just about enough.
They're very angry. So you come smashing through.
Yeah.
Now, I've got all the CP in the world, so I could pay to interrupt, but I could also spend 1 CP for Arders Nails and make them -1 to wound. Let's do that. They're looking hard. They're in a scrap. They want to hang in there. Arders Nails. So Broodlord starting the fight, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because Gene Stealer things.
Yeah.
And up to strength 7
Up to strength
because
7,
of Phantom stuff.
So wounding on 3s and twin legs, and devastating wounds.
Yes.
Dead wounds.
Wounding on 4s because of the -1 to wound. So reroll those 2. Yeah. Okay.
So
That's going to sting anyway. How much damage does it do?
damage 2, AP2
Right.
damage 2.
So that kills a bike at
Yes.
3 wounds each.
Yeah.
But these are AP.
AP2 damage 2.
Right, okay. So these are 6-up saves.
Yep.
And the way this works is you apply them first. So that kills one bike, that kills another bike. There's only one bike left. And then we've got a bajillion attacks with Gene Stealers. So now a bajillion attacks from Gene Stealers.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 2s.
2s.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm rerolling 1s because of Gene Stealer.
Okay, right. Now, strength 5 versus toughness 6. With -1 to wound, it's 6s to wound. So looking for those 6s.
6s are devastating.
Yes. Okay, there's many 6s.
Many 6s.
That will kill that boss knob on Warbike. And that's the end of Tyranids turn 1. They've killed 2 whole units, which gets them 4 points for no prisoners, and both of them were in range of objectives. So that gets them 9 points in total. I do get 3 points for sabotaging that objective down there. And then in my turn, I'm only controlling 1 objective now. But it's turn 2. And the bugs are right in front of me. So Murphy is going to declare his war. Okay, so in total, it's 13-9 to the Boyz, and I want to assassinate something. Kill one of those big brain bugs out there, and also establish a locus either in the opponent's deployment zone or in the middle of the battle grid. So war has been called. I've got a 5-up invulnerable save, advancing and charging, all that sort of lovely shenanigans, and I need to assassinate something. And there's a winged Tyranid prime down here, which I want to go flying into. We will unleash the bomb squeaks at the end of the movement phase as well, but the idea is charge Gene Stealers, charge Gargoyles, charge Warriors, establish a locus in my shooting phase. I was going to do it with the truck, but you declared an overwatch into the truck, which we're going to do in a minute. Shooting truck, and you get it to do it for free because you're Hive Tyrant now. Reducing the CP cost by 1 down to 0. There's some more shenanigans.
Shenanigans with the termagants can move d6 inches when you end a move. So I'm going to try and see if I can shield things with them and shield the Gene Stealers with these.
Okay.
Let's see what we do.
So we're going to do some shielding to protect some things. Yep. And then Murphy got out along with his Meganob bodyguard, and the Morkanaut is over there. And then around this side, those boys are not up there. They're below. They got out of the truck. We'll put them there so you can see them. And some more charges over it. Basically, charges everywhere with every Ork unit that could possibly charge is going to try and charge. There's some charges that I definitely don't want to make, but the boys do want to make it anyway. So we're going to do that. So at the end of making a normal move, we're going to unleash some bomb squigs, and we're going to move some Gants and things.
Yep.
So let's do that. So we're moving these Gants d6 inches. Let's see how far they go. They go 5 inches. Try and zone out your dude. I like it. Dude, that's really cool. I'm going to have to shoot a bunch of them to try and charge the Tyranids.
And then similarly, I'm going to try and move and try and just stop them getting onto the Stealers.
Because you want to charge me with the Stealers, not me charge your Stealers. These ones move 6. So you're going to get a good zone in that way as well.
I don't need much, because all I need to do is, because I want to leave some protection.
Yes.
All I need to do is just move some.
Yep. Right, while we're doing some things, I'm going to unleash the bomb squig into a squad of rippers. Let's get it gone, so then we can shoot and charge through into that. I don't want to roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. This does D3 mortal wounds as the bomb squig blows up and destroys the rippers. Talking about bomb squigs, I've got another one here, which wants to go into the gargoyles, because I want to assassinate. Don't roll a 1. There's a 1. It's a dud. No one panic. And then we've got this one going into Gene Stealers. One of them is on a wound as well. So I didn't roll a 1.
Kill 2.
This is no. On a 2 it blows up, and then it does 3 mortal wounds. Do kill 2. And we'll get onto the shooting phase in a bit. But finally we're doing the Overwatch. We've got the Tyranids trying to kill that truck. D6 plus 6 auto hits for 9. 5s to wound.
5s to wound.
It's just got one
through.
Just one of these needs to get through. And that's 3 that got through. 5 up and vulnerable saves because of WoW. Yes. I've got to make every single one.
Yes.
If I command point that is an alive truck.
Yeah. I will still have the spine banks. But
yeah, but I was hitting on 6s, right? So this is going to be fine. It's fine.
Winter's 5+.
So 6s with the spine banks. Nothing. That truck's still alive. There's still a unit inside. See, the plan was, even if you killed it, the boys could get out and establish locuses and things, but I don't need to get out and establish locus and things. I can stay there. The truck can establish the locus with the thing in the shooting phase. That gets me 2 points. The truck is also blocking off the Carnifexes from coming this way.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical genius again, you see.
That's good dice rolling.
Yeah, right, let's shoot some guns. Right, we'll start over here with the Warbikers shooting all of the shots into this swarm of Gants. Many shots. Mm-hmm. It's the 5s to hit that's tricky. That's pretty good shooting for an Ork. Right, it's 3s to wound, and it is twin linked. The thing is, though, you are in cover. So you will get, I think, 4-up saves to that. Yeah, so 5 4-up saves. And I only take down 2. That's pretty good shooting for an Ork.
For an Ork, yeah.
Truck can see him as well, shooting through the window. And that hits 3 times. And that wounds 3 times. And that killed 3 more, leaving 5 remaining. And now the boys fire all their sluggers in to the same squad. The idea is shoot my way through to the Gene Stealers on the inside.
That's also good shooting.
That's 4 hits. It's amazing for a boy. 4 wounds. 4 more. 4-up saves. And you lose 1 more. Still 4 left there. These 4, which is still probably enough of a screen to keep me from charging the Gene Stealers. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Once I charge some other stuff and move them forward. Mind you, I've got the Morkanaut. You can shoot through the window into them. That's interesting. And the big guns down at Big Mama at the T-Fex stood right in front of me. See, the thing is, now you block me off with that little unit of Gants around the T-Fex. I don't think there's a way at all for Murphy to charge. I could shoot and polish a few of them off, but not enough to get rid of the front guys. So I don't think Murphy's going to be charging anything this turn. Only little Gants. This truck is doing an action, so the boys can't use the firing deck and fire out the top of it, because the firing deck is part of the truck's rule. So, guns. Well, seeing as I'm highly unlikely to be charging the T-Fex, let's pour the 10 big shooter shots from this one into the unit of Gants that I want to clear away here, so they can go charging in, and maybe Murphy can join them that way, maybe, or something. And then all the other guns into the Tyranids. I need to start weakening them up. So there's all the twin big shooters into the OG unit. We're hitting on 4s though, because it's a Morkanaut, and I declared a wow. And I hit twice. Brilliant. Can I wound? Twin linked. I wound twice. 2 4-up saves. Kill 1 more. Then the rockets into the T-Fex. Number of shots is 3. These are going to hit on 4s. 2 hits. And these are going to wound on 5s. 1 wound and -2. So 1 4-up save.
And these are damage 3, aren't they?
Flat 3 damage, yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm going to save up.
Because once per battle you can do a 0 damage on a thing. You make the save anyway. Custom Mega Blaster has 3 shots. They all hit. These need 5s to wound. It's a couple more wounds. We'll chuck in the Custom Mega Zapper as well with D6 plus 3 because it all hits and wounds the same actually. So 4s, 2 hits. I need 5s. There you go. Those are all 4-up saves. These are D6 damage a time. So you can ignore one of them if you want. So you turn 1 to 0 damage once per battle.
Yep.
So we've only got 3 saves to make.
Yep.
Okay. And you make one of them. Only 1 fail anyway.
Yep.
D6 damage. It is a 3 damage hit. Then hazardous on my guns, and I don't do any wounds to myself. On to Murphy. Murphy's shooting through that window there into the little unit of Gants that I keep shooting at. He's going to be hitting on 4s. They're going to be wounding on 3s. That's 3 more wounds. 4-up saves.
Oh, 2.
I think you're down to 1 left in that squad.
Wait.
Yes, just one little thing which opens up a bit of a charge from these boys into Gene Stealers. Still not sure that's a good idea or not, but it's what they would want to do. And then I got no more shooting in the middle, and all the glorious charges I've set up I can't do because of the move thing. So we're coming over here where I've got some shoots from the Squig Hog Boys into the unit of Gargoyles. I want to charge. Yeah, it's a minimal number of shots anyway, but I managed to kill 2 of them with the truck helping out over here. And then the Squig Hog Boys on this side, shot in at the Gene Stealers, they want to charge. No further wounds caused, and that is it for my shooting phase. And now we need to charge. So we shall start off with the charge phase with the Squig Hog Boys into Gene Stealers. They're going 6, which is enough. So the Squig Hog Boys make it there. Now the Death Dread would really like to charge the Warriors, But Murphy's like saying, bring down the big uns, assassinate them. And so the Squig Hog Boys and the Death Dread are going to be attacking gargoyles because of that prime there. Here's the Death Dread. He's definitely in. Here's the Squig Hog Boys. Oh yeah, they're in. Then we move from there to the other charge of the Gene Stealers. These boys, which are below, they're going to charge the Gene Stealers. We'll tag that little Gant on the way because multi-charge is a thing. And I need a 4. That is exactly a 4. So we make it there, the 4-inch charge. Not very good for me, to be fair. War Bikers 10-inch charge. There is another War Bikers in reserve. Didn't know what to do with them. Do I charge in 10 inches? Yes. It's what they were trying to do. That's a 7. They definitely fail a charge. And then in the middle, is Murphy really going to charge a tiny unit of bugs? Well, their battle line, they've got a high OC. It might actually stop you scoring that objective. And he's very, very angry. He's howling. He's mad. He's Murphy. So he's going in there. Into Termagants? Yeah. Alright, so let's fight the fight phase. Start the fight phase. We piled in here. We're starting here. I know you got 2 CP and you can pay to interrupt.
You get -1 to hit from the Broodlord.
-1 to hit for the Broodlord. Yes. Hypnotic Gaze. One of them is got to hit the little Gant. So this is the one into the little Gant. I get, well, basically 2 hits because 6s explode. And a wound it.
I think that one hits as well because the unit is -1 to hit from the Broodlord.
Yeah, that's 2 wounds at -1, so 2 6-up saves on the little bug.
And he's dead.
Dead little bug. And here's all the other fights into all the other Gene Stealers. Looking for 4s, 6s explode. Right, and we're winning on 3s. Many 5-up saves. Each doing 1 damage. That wasn't a great roll. That was 5.5. Now the boss knob raises power claw, but he's hitting on 5s because of the hypnotic gaze. And he only hits once. You're going to wound on a 2. At least he wounds. 5 and 1.
Nope.
Kill 1 more. So I killed 6. So that was lovely, that is. The boys, they killed 6, plus that little bug. These 4 Gene Stealers remaining, plus the Broodlord there. And you've got 2 CP. Do you want to interrupt anywhere?
Yes, please.
Do you want to interrupt with these little squad of Hormagaunts then?
Yeah, let's
into
do that.
the or you've got 8 Gene Stealers down here. So you're going to interrupt and try and fight the Squig Hog Boys.
Yes, I am.
I like it. So lots of hits on 2s. And you reroll 1s as well.
Ooh.
5s to wound.
But 6 is devastating.
Yes. But no rerolls because I'm not in range of an objective. There's 6 devastating wounds. No. 4?
No.
Some. So these are 5-up and vulnerable saves.
Yep.
And I make 3 of them. And then these are devastating wounds. And they're all 1 damage a time. Yeah. 5-up, feel no pain on Squig Hog Boys. They have 3 wounds each. And you take down 1 and injure another. And then the Broodlord bites.
2s to hit, rerolling 1s because of the unit ability.
Yes, you hit all the times anyway.
Yeah.
Strength 6, toughness.
Strength 6 becomes 7.
Okay, force to wound.
Twin linked and dev.
Twin linked and dev.
So
you need it.
Yeah.
2 5-up and buns. Make 1 fail 1. 4 wounds in total come through. So the injured guy is now dead, and the other guy. It's fine. You killed 2 though. So it looks like this. I've got the big chopper on the knob. And he hits twice. That's 2 hits. It is strength 6. And that's a wound. And there's the sticker, which hits once. With Lance, actually, wound on 2s. So that's 2 wounds. 2 5-up and vulnerable saves. You're fine.
Winter's dice, thank you very much.
Yeah. And then I've got the Squig Jaws. Are they hungry? And with the hypnotic gaze, they're actually hit on 5s. There's a hit. And no wounds. That's a 1. That's nothing. We did nothing. So charging Gene Stealers with Broodlord, not a great idea. But maybe charging Gargoyles without the -1 to hit will be a great idea. I think I'm going to start off with the Squig Hog Boys first, because even if I kill a chunk, the Death Dread can still hit the prime. Right. 1 minute. My big chopper on my boss knob is winning you on 2s.
Yep.
And then the stickers are strength 5 but Lance, so they're winning you on 2s. So I'll do it all together.
Yeah.
So 3s, 6s explode. And then 2s with a 6-up save. That's really cocked. Just kill a bunch. That's a bunch dead. So that's all but 2. And then the jaws on the squigs. With 6s sustained, I end up with more attacks than I had hits. 2s to wound again. Right, so
Drop to be there.
that kills all the gargoyles. They're all on the prime.
Nice.
What's his save? These are all -1.
Up. No invuln, just 4 up.
4 up, so -1.
5.
So a bunch of 5-up saves. 2 damage a time. Or the squigs feast on them. The squigs feast on him.
Except
What?
on a 4 up,
Yes.
he can still fight back. He's
Can he?
not dead yet.
Okay.
Yes!
He's not dead yet. Alright, fighting back, hitting on 2s. Squig hot boys. Oh, those are 3 ones. Okay. Toughness 7. 5s to
So
wound.
5 to wound.
Yeah.
1 wound.
Minus.
-1.
5 and bun. No. 2 damage.
2 damage.
Feel no pain. He definitely
Hurt
injures
you.
one,
Hurt you.
but doesn't tear one off of his saddle on the way down. So that did a couple of things. First, it allowed me to consolidate onto the objective, and it also allows me, for the Death Drake, to swing at the warriors. So let's kill them warriors. On 3s, I've got lots of extra attacks, because of wire and things. 2s to wound, dead choppy he is. Right, that's 5 wounds. You need 6s.
Yeah.
Each failed save will kill a warrior.
I need a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem.
No.
Oh, it's exactly enough.
And he's gone, and with the prime gone, that's assassinate. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag around here. I didn't hurt the Gene Stealers at all, but at least I've stolen that objective. We've still got one more fight. It's completely bullying, but it's Murphy and Du Bois
Do you just want to take them off?
against some Gants. Well, let's roll some dice. So much dice rolling later, off camera. Yes, 3 Mega Knobs and a War Boss can definitely kill 10 little Gants. They're like 2 points each or something like that. I think the Mega Knobs did it on its own. Then we piled through into the big un, which means you can't shoot them, but you're probably charging them with all the other things. And that's it for all the charging models, though we do have a fight back. There is some response from the Ravenous Horde. There are 4 Gene Stealers and the Broodlord over here. Plus, of course, the T-Fax can stamp on Murphy. So you're going to stamp on Murphy?
Yep. Got 4 attacks.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s.
Yes. It's 3 hits.
And strength 8 becomes
3s to
9.
wound. You wound all the times. 5 up invulnerable saves because of the wire.
Oh, hello.
We make every single save.
Yes.
That's all right. Now we do the Gene Stealers and the Broodlord. 4 Gene Stealers still have 16 attacks. 2s to hit. Rerolling the 1s. That's what Gene Stealers do. And their strength has gone up by 1.
Strength 5, so 4s to wound.
Yeah. 6s are devastating.
So,
So the dev kills 1.
Yep.
And then these are all 5-up saves. You kill 5 in total with the dev.
yes.
And then the Broodlord.
Yep.
2s to hit with his reroll. There's a 1. And 3s to wound, and it's twin linked, right?
Twin linked and devastating.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
So 5-up saves.
Yep.
So you kill
3 more.
8 in total.
Yeah. Not...
Leaves 2 big brave orcs remaining, wondering where all the other lads have got to. And that is the end of Orcs turn 2. We've established a locus with a truck that should definitely be dead. And we've assassinated a character. And that was a bonus there. I didn't expect 10 boys to kill a whole unit of Gene Stealers, but I hoped a couple would be left to tie them up. Because now you can't charge off and you don't have a fallback and charge strat anywhere.
Nope.
No. So you're going to have to get through them, not come swinging out and hit something else. I have to say, though, that the mush in the middle is looking terrifying to me. I mean, old One Eye and 2 Carnifexes with re-rolling everything. The Tyrannifex is uninjured. No, I took a couple of wounds off.
Yes.
It's still very much combat affected. You've got a Hive Tyrant as well. This is looking scary. The middle's looking scary.
Yeah.
And over here, these Gene Stealers are quite scary as well.
They are also tied up.
They're tied up too. You have Rippers in reserve.
And amble.
And an amble. So you have some options. As for being on objectives, are you on any? You're not on that one anymore.
No, not on that one
I'm
anymore.
only seeing you off of that
So
one
once
with the
again-
big Knight of Doom.
That's yours, so I'm only on my own.
So you're only on your home objective. So you pushed me off of a bunch. I pushed you off of a bunch. But turn 2, I mean, it's turn 2 for the Tyranids. They've only had one turn to do some damage. So turn 2 could be really deadly as we go into the Great Devourer's turn 2. So it's 20 to 14 for the Boyz, but the Tyranids have only had one turn. And the Tyranids want to secure No Man's Land, take 1 or 2 objectives in No Man's Land. And marked for death. I've got to nominate some units, and if they kill those units, they get points. So what you do is you mark stuff like way in the backfield that you don't think that the enemy can get to. So it's getting very interesting in the middle of the battle grid. I mean, it was interesting for me because of all the charges, and very interesting for you with all the things. Because ruins and monsters and vehicles, oh my, there's basically a street that they can fit down. And it wasn't good for me, and it wasn't good for you.
Me first.
Me first, yeah. As for mark for death, so the Squeakhold Boyz, this truck and this truck were marked for death, and you're not going for them, so that's good. Secure No Man's Land, however, you've got one of them. You advanced over here with a little swarm of gaunts, and you're racing me off of that one. You've got 2 points. To get the 5 points for Secure No Man's Land, so there's going to be shooting and charging and things to try and get through with as much as possible here. Including, but not restricted to, the Amble, who's deep struck in that way, and you've left a gap for a 9-inch charge. If he fails the charge, the Hive Tyrant can go in there. We've also got the Carnifexes with Old One Eye. So that's all the stuff trying to push up through the middle. There's a couple of warriors down there. Want to plink off a wound off a Squeakhold Boy. Your new units that came in are a unit of Rippers here and a unit of Rippers there. Why are they right at the back of the board?
They're because you've still got bikers to come in, and
Yes.
I don't want you appearing and stealing my home objective.
Okay.
I did think about plonking them in your backfield, just in case I got engagement on fronts later, but I'll worry about that next turn.
Okay. So they're back there to protect the home field objective. They can't do actions anyway with no CO0, but they can get an engagement on fronts and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. And then around here, your Gene Stealers are still battling 2 Orks, which, let's face it, they're not very long for this world.
Tyranid happy place, Ork happy place, everyone's happy.
Having a big old scrap.
Smiling at each other, patting each other on the back.
Right, let's go into the shooting phase. Bootle.
Yeah.
Say that again, because that was quite interesting.
Well, the obvious thing is I was going to try and shoot and kill the truck, but if I do that, then the Boyz pile out and will basically stop me getting the OC on that central objective.
Yeah, that truck is full of boys.
Yeah. So I can't choose it, which annoys me.
Shoot the saddle gets down here, maybe. It's interesting because you can't shoot into Murphy's unit either because he's in combat. There's not a lot of options here. So the Carnifexes, Bioplasmas, one going that way, one going this way. Here's the Bioplasma into the big and...
The big and D3, just one shot. Hitting on a 4.
Right.
Misses, but I can reroll because of Old One Eye. Misses.
Okay.
D3 into the other ones.
So
3
into the Squeakhold Boys. They all hit. Strength?
Strength is 7.
Toughness 7.
Fours. Nothing.
Oh. So the warriors are going to shoot at them. There's one on one mood.
Yeah. Death Splitter first.
Yeah. You hit once.
1 hits. 1 of 5. It
You
wins.
win.
AP.
-1, +1 with cover. I'm okay.
Yep.
And then
D3. Venom Cannon. 2. On 4s. Nothing.
Oh. Okay.
Once again, thank you for joining.
Right. However, neither of us armies have got much in the way of guns. It's all about teeth and claws and choppers and pain. So Stinger Salvo from T-Fex trying to plink off a wound back over here. The acid spray is coming into Death Dread. So let's do Stinger Salvo.
So this is -1 to hits. This is 4s.
Okay. And...
6 to do nothing against them.
5s to
wound,
wound though. They are toughness 7. Squeaks are like concrete. 2 4-up saves. And then the feeling of the pain.
Come on.
You didn't kill the injured one. How many shots into the Death Dread? 7. It's going to wound on 5s as well. It is a chonking monstrosity of doom. I need 4s. I make 1 4. So that Death Dread is down to 6 wounds remaining. And then the remaining shots came in from the Barb Gaunt with lethal hits into the Morkanaut. Took 3 wounds off of it. That actually wounded it. It's down to 17 wounds remaining. Now, that's it for the shooting phase. So we're charging. Where are we starting?
We start with the Amble.
Right.
Trying to fit through that gap there.
9-inch charge.
9-inch charge.
That's an 8 1-inch out.
Not worth it. Not worth rerolling. I'm going to send the Hive Tyrant in then. That's pretty much in.
Hive Tyrant,
Definitely in.
9. Hive Tyrant definitely goes in there. So the Hive Tyrant makes it there, and then the Carnifex Brood, they can fail either. But interestingly, you're not touching the truck. But because they are in base with the one that's at the front, everyone's in combat. We've got Carnifexes and the Hive Tyrants that can fight. I don't have the CP to interrupt. So let's see if you can tear down Howling Mad Murphy. So I'm spending a CP on Ard as nails, making me -1 to wound. We're going to start off with all the siding talons. Pause to hit. Re-rolling all the things, because old one-eye things, and you need it. Okay, this will be 4s to wound with Ard as nails.
That was good.
Right, at AP2, it's all 4-up saves. That wasn't great. How much damage?
Flat 3.
Flat 3 a time. War has been called. I have the Feel No Pains. So, okay, so lots of Feel No Pains. Here's the first fella, 5s. He's dead. The second one, he's alive, and he's still alive on 1 wound, and now he's dead. And then the last fella, bodyguard of Murphy.
Die.
He's alive dead. On 1 wound, but you got some extra attacks coming through with old one-eye.
Yes.
Old one-eye.
He's doing a strike.
Yes.
Big heavy ones.
Right.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Drop dice don't count. Re-roll those 2 misses. Nice, that's a full house. Strength 14, but -1 to wound, so 3s. Okay.
That's good. We like that.
AP on these guys.
AP 3, damage D6 +1.
AP 3. So it's all 5-up and vulnerable saves then.
Yep.
I make 1. Okay. First one.
You've got a Feel No Pain, haven't you?
Yes. So how much damage is that?
That's just 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay, 1's on a wound, 5-up Feel No Pain. He's dead. And then the rest are on Murphy.
3d6 +3.
Yes. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. See, that's really bad.
It is.
And he's got a super cyborg body, so he has a 4-up Feel No Pain. Right. I need to make at least 2 of these to keep him alive. It's easy, right? Yeah, I make at least 2. He takes only 3 wounds.
That's a problem.
He's got 4 left. 1 minute. Then we measured and measured and measured. It turns out now your Hive Tyrant can't pile in and engage Murphy.
He's hiding behind the T-Rex.
He's not hiding. He's inglorious. He's riding his head right now.
He's hiding.
He can't climb on top of the Tyrannifex's head. Yeah, it's right. Okay. That happened. So there's some piling in for the Carnifexes to get in range of objectives and things. That's it for charging models. Now defenders get to fight. So I've only got 2 boys over here. So I'll probably go down the other way. See, these fellas completely whiffed last turn. So that means this turn, if I go here first, everything will hit and everything will wound.
I should just take them off.
Yeah. Right, big chopper. Extra attack for WoW. It's going to need 4s. There's a hypnotic gate. Okay, nothing with a big... Right, that didn't work. Sticker. We'll do the sticker on the little guy next to him. 4s. Looking for 6s, basically. On it.
They're definitely hypnotised.
Strength 5. A wound. I do a wound. 5-up and Vun. I kill 1. And now let the squig jaws feast. That was 100% better than last time. Hitting on 5s. There's a 6. Look, finally a 6 turns up to the party. Strength 6. 3 more at -1, 2 damage. I kill another one. And then we come back over here to the other unit of Gene Stealers with the Broodlord. And the Broodlord managed to do it on his own. Got some free lunch. So Murphy?
Yep.
Murphy. Against the T-Fex. Right. So he's hitting on 2s. That explodes.
Yep.
Because of the wire, he's winning on 3s. They all wound. He's an angry boy. -2.
So 4-ups.
Yes. And because the WoW was called, instead of 2 damage, he has a damage of 3. So that is 12 damage.
But I've got 13 wounds. Down to 1 wound remaining.
Really?
Yep.
1 wound left. He nearly one-shot it. What a legend. Alright, but can you stomp back and kill Murphy?
He'll need everything. The dream is that it's still alive until I roll these dice.
Right.
Hitting on 3s, the dream's dead.
Okay.
Wounding on 5s, I imagine. Strength 8, actually.
Well, -1 to wound, so back to 4s. There's a wound.
Okay.
No AP? I rolled a 1.
2 damage.
Okay. I have a feel no pain. He takes a wound. You tickle him. And then back over here where we've got 6 Gene Stealers and a Broodlord fighting Squidhog boys. Let's pile in. 24 attacks, hitting on 2s and re-rolling those 1s.
Like wounds are devastating.
Yes, it's the devastating that's the kicker. There's a few 6s. That wasn't great. Still got the Broodlord. Yeah. So these are 5 up and buns. I make none of them. And then these are all feel no pains, 2 damage a time.
1 damage for the Steelers.
Oh yeah, 1 damage a time. So yeah, do them all together. 3.
Oh,
that leaves the boss knob left with 4 wounds. Can the Broodlord do it?
So hitting on 2s.
Yes. They all hit.
Winning on 5.
Are you strength 7?
Yeah,
now because of synapse, so strength 6 goes to strength 7, so it's 4s. Twin linked. So twin linked.
Dev is going to be a problem.
Dev is going to be a problem. Okay.
So 1 save.
1 5 up and bun.
Yep.
No. And then there's 6 wounds. 6 feel no pains. It's got 4 wounds. And it's definitely dead. That was exactly 4 wounds. And that's the end of Tyranids turn 2, and you pile on through and swarm all over that objective, getting those 2 extra points for secure no man's land. But in the middle, probably because that truck has changed the face of this game, because that was there and I passed that 5 up and bun. You haven't got enough through to secure no man's land in the middle. 8 to 9 right now, which means I'm going to score that one. And I'm going to be scoring this one over here. And I'm going to be scoring this one down here for my primaries as we go on to Orks turn 3. Right, before we go any further, if Murphy fails this battle shock test, I then get 5 CP. Now, I could insane bravery it, but then you're going to shadow in the war pit.
Yeah.
And if I insane bravery, I pass that battle shock test. Then when you shadow in the war pit, it's another battle shock test. And
both at -1.
Both at -1. So I have to roll for the first one. 6 becomes 7. Can he pass? No, he's battle shocked. Which means I don't get those extra 5 points. I'll just get that one and that one.
And everyone's going to have to now take it.
And everyone's going to have to take one. So we'll do that off camera. Loads of battle shock tests. And then we'll find out what the orders are. A few dice rolls later, I failed lots of battle shock tests. Wherever you see a red token, there, truck, Murphy. This truck is where I failed a battle shock test. I failed more battle shock tests than I passed. More importantly, I failed the battle shock test with my truck on my home field objective as well. So only pick up 5 points on the primary as we go into turn. Yeah, we are on turn 3. Let's have a look at the orders. Brilliant. So it's 25 to 16 for the boys when we add it all up, and I need to defend my stronghold with a battle shock truck. I might have to actually run a death dread back there. I've got some more bikers. I've got some more bikers in reserve. And then bring it down. And I think that T-Fex is on 1 wound. I could do that. Right, so down here, I didn't move. The death dread's going to go charging into Gene Stealers. They've got lethal hits and devastating. It'll be fine. The Squidhog boys are going to Little Gants. That will definitely be fine. That'll be fine. I didn't move the truck because I was terrified with Overwatch. And there's a bunch of boys inside. And it's doing the Emperor's work. No, Gork or possibly Mork's work by standing there and stopping you get through.
I think the Orks were whispering to each other, its vision's based on movement. If we keep still, it can't shoot. It can't see us.
So we didn't move. Down here, here's my war bikers. Your stuff came on in your deployment zone. My stuff came on in my deployment zone. I need to defend that stronghold. Yep. I'm defending that stronghold. Morkanaut pushed forward. He's going to go charging into a unit of 3 Carnifexes, which sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Then I push the Death Dread forward, because now Murphy's battle shocked. I needed the OC, and that gives me the OC. So I'm controlling the middle objective one more time. Talking about moving things forward and being terrified of the Overwatch, those who are paying attention will remember that there was a unit of war bikers around here. This was my saving throw. After the unit of war bikers zipped round the corner, flying into that terrain, and then the the Tyrannifex nuked them, and he killed every single one.
Its vision was based on movement. It did a very cool behind the tail shot, I imagine.
Shot out of his bum there, nuked the bikers. So they're gone. But behind the bikers were the Squidhog boys who want to go charging in, because Squidhog boys versus Gene Stealers, that went well. So we're pressuring here. We're pressuring in the middle. We've got some guns. We'll fire some guns. We've got some pistols and things. We'll do the pistols and things into the little bugs in a minute. But down here, I do not trust Murphy killing that thing in close combat. Because you have a 4-up save against everything that I do to you. And he's only got 4 attacks now. The war is over. So the big guns... No, Murphy's going to be fine. He'll do it in close combat. Everything's going to be fine. We need to weaken the Carnifexes. So we'll shoot all the guns at the Carnifexes. Except for the little gun. Are your Gene Stealers in that ruin? Can I shoot through into the... Yeah, they are. So I'll shoot the twin big shooters into the Gene Stealers. And then all the other guns into the Carnifexes. Except for one gun, which I'll shoot at the Tyrannifex. Yeah. Alright, so kill the Gene Stealer with the twin big shooters. Here is the custom Mega Blaster into the T-Fex. Let's just give it a tickle. Let them know that we're here. On 5s. A miss. It doesn't even know we're here.
Do that.
Right. The custom Mega Zapper will go, and rockets are going into the Carnifexes. Custom Mega Zapper, adding 3 to this for 5 shots, which means one of them will hit, right? None of them hit. The rockets... 2d3 shots for 3 shots. One of these will hit, right? None of them will hit. Then I fired loads of pistol shots all over the place. I injured a warrior, killed a little bug down here, and I think that's it.
Very successful shooting phase.
Very successful shooting phase. So we're going to charge. We've got Squighog Boys going into little bugs and a Death Dread into Broodlord, which can't fail. Morkanort can't fail his charge into the Carnifexes there. So that's all good, but it's the rolling here that counts. I'd really like the tank shock on my Morkanort, so I'd like this to pass.
That's a 5.
So my Morkanort can then tank shock. A 5, you say? Yep. That's a 7.
Done.
We make the charge. Get through the gap, mind the gap. So let's start off with Morkanort, tank shocking some Carnifexes. Okay, so looking for 5s for the tank shocking. Of the shocking, that is 3 mortal wounds into the Carnifexes. 1 minute, you spend a CP on rapid regeneration. So you get a 5-up shrug to that. And
so 2 wounds taken.
2. Then I punch out with the Fist of Mork. And I hit 3 times. Strength 18. Wounds on 2s. I wound 3 times at -3. 3 5-up saves.
Yep.
Each doing 6 damage.
Winter's Dice to the rescue. What could possibly go?
But there you go. That was good. 5s for the feel no pain.
I do roll 1.
Okay.
So he's alive on 1 wound at the back there.
So basically, because you spent that CP on rapid thingy bob, you're still alive.
Yeah.
Okay. More fights. Death Dread versus Gene Stealers. Hit on 4s though, because of Broodlord things.
Ooh, well done.
No 6s, but that was a good array of hits. Wounding on 2s. We wound 5 times. Invulnerable saves or deaths, sir, on all your Gene Stealers. And I take out 3 of them, just 3. Right, that leaves 3 Gene Stealers left with that Broodlord to worry that Death Dread. Then I did all the attacks by the Squighog Boys into a unit of Gaunts, which, yeah, they're gone. That was nice, quick, easy. Then we come around here to these Squighog Boys and try and take down the last 3 Gene Stealers on this flank with the Broodlord. Starting with the big chopper. That explodes. Strength 6.
That's much better.
That many 5-up saves. 1 Gene Stealer remaining. And then 1, 2, 3. Squighog Boys. Hitting on 3s. And no, 4s, sorry.
Yep.
But those 2 go back in. Strength 5 with Lance. So 2s to wound. So that many. 5-up in vulnerable saves. I think the Broodlord's also got a 5-up.
Got a 4-up.
He's got a 4-up, so I have to do it separately. They're Gene Stealer, so all on Broodlord. He's alive. He's only taken 2 wounds, but then the squig jaws will clamp around his ankles and try and chew him off. And these hit on 5s because of your hypnotic gaze. But 6s explode. 3s to wound. 2 more. You do make one of them.
Dramatic.
He's still alive. Now, the interesting thing here is I think I'm not going to pile in with the Squigog boys because then you fight. If I don't pile in, you don't get a chance to fight.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just going to stay there and chill.
That makes sense.
I think that's it for all my charging units.
Right.
So you do get to fight back. You've got Carnifexes. You've got probably the attacks into Murphy first to try and take off those 3 wounds. And slay by Warlord. Right, 4s, he's injured. I see 2 hits.
Can still do it.
Yes, 3s to wound.
Oh, I can't do it.
What's the AP?
Do 1.
I'll make a 6 anyway.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good. So Murphy will try and smack him back again.
Yeah.
Right, he's battle shocked. Can't spend any strats.
No.
It's just going to be brute orky strength. On 2s with his huge chopper, and of course he gets an extra hit.
Does.
He is howling. He is mad.
Big. He's quite. You know what I miss him.
He is Murphy. 1 wound and -2, 2 damage. 1 4-up save. 50-50 chance on the T-Vex for bring it down. And it's alive. I might be able to get him next turn. If he's still there and you can't charge him and things, cause you might have to fall back. And if he's still there, I might get him next turn. Maybe. Right, more fights backs. We have 3 Gene Stealers and a Broodlord against a Death Dread on 7 wounds remaining. Right, all the Gene Stealers, 2s to hit. Rerolling 1, 6s are lethal. There's a lot of lethal hits.
That's quite tasty.
That's 5 tasty lethal hits.
And reroll the 1s. Haven't finished yet.
Okay, but you need 5s to wound actually because of the +1 strength because of synapse.
5s to wound, but also reroll 1s because you're on an objective.
Nice. I just had a mad coughing fit. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay.
You roll the 5,
right.
you feel no pain.
4s. 4-up saves. Oh dear. Right. Some 4 wounds left. Perfectly softened up for a 2-wound Broodlord. 2s to hit.
2 damage. 2s
Yes.
to hit. Rerolling 1s.
There's a lethal. Okay. 5s to wound. Rerolling everything because twin linked is a thing.
Yep.
And there's devastating. That's going to sting a little bit. Ooh, no devastate. Oh, okay, right.
So it's 2 saves, AP 2, damage 2.
Right. So 2 4s of what you're telling me. No, because with the devastating wound that comes through, it will kill him. That was a terrible idea. Do I explode?
Oh.
Negative. So the Death Dread is dead, but he tried. And the Squigog boys there, they're battle shocked, so we don't control that objective. You've definitely got that objective. And we come over here now to the fight back with the Carnifexes and Old One Eye versus the Morkanol.
So hitting on 4s,
yes,
re-rolling, and 6s are
lethal. Yeah, because extra side. How many sixes? Is that 28 6s? Dude, just roll 10 6s. 9 6s out of 18 dice. Okay.
Well, they all miss. What a disastrous hit roll.
Those are 5s to wound.
9, 10, still 5s to wound.
Yeah.
2 more 6s.
Okay, right. 11 6s there.
82 damage 3.
Right, lots of 5-up invulnerable saves coming up. Not that many. This could sting. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we
13.
appreciate? It's not 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 3 damage a time. That was 18 damage. It's only got 17 left. Take it out.
Please blow up.
It doesn't explode. And that's the end of Orks turn 3. 2 horrific charges there because that's gone. The big thing in the middle, it means you score that objective. You score that objective because they're battle shocked, plus your home field objective, picking up 15 points on the primaries.
No, I won't because I need to take a battle shock for him.
Yes.
Because you might have, well, we need to check.
What? Battle shock on who? For what now?
The T-Fex. He's only got 1 wound left.
Right. You rolled a 7. What's his OC?
8.
8.
Sorry, so OC is 5, but leadership was 8+.
Leadership 8+. Do you get +1 to your thing when you're in synapse?
I can do 3d6 is what I can do.
3d6, that's how, yes,
that's how
so you pass.
So
yes, that's how it works. You're good.
I've forgotten that.
So you do take the central objective. I've started defending my stronghold and I certainly haven't brought it down. And you're breaking through the centre as we're going to Bugs turn 3. So the Bugs are now in the lead, 31 to 25, 6 points in the lead, and they want to extend their battle lines, hold their home objective and one in no man's land, and they're already doing that one, and deny me the centre of the battlefield. So before the movement phase, I ditched Bring It Down because I mean, Murphy's in a lot of trouble. And then it's easy to zone out the T-Fex to stop me killing it, to get those points for bring it down. And then it's kill a whole unit of monsters. And, well, One Eye's unit, probably not going to die. And the Hive Tyrant, probably not going to die. So I ditched that. I'd rather have the CP. And also in your turn, or at the end of my turn, you picked up the Amble, put it in here.
Yep.
So in the movement phase, we've got an Amble that probably wants to make a 9-inch charge into Squighog Boys, and the Hive Tyrant's coming around this way, and there's a Broodlord in there as well.
Yep.
So much attention to the Squighog Boys. In the middle, Murphy's going to get charged, and that Death Dread, by all of that pain. Probably charging the truck as well, which has still got some boys in it. And then down over here, the Warriors, again, they're below, but we put them on top so you can see them. And they can charge those Squighog Boys. You're still, you're already extending battle lines with this one, and that one, and that one. But you need to kill a bunch of stuff in the middle, including the truck, the boys, the Death Dread, and Howling Mad Murphy to pick up area denial. So there's a lot of killing there.
Yep.
It's definitely on the cards. So the Carnifexes are shooting all the things at the truck.
Bioplasma,
Yes.
2d3.
Yes. That is three shots, which hit on 4s, re-rolling everything.
Yeah. You
You don't need to re-roll.
Strength 7, 5 to wound.
There's a wound.
1 wound. AP 2 damage 1.
It
No,
take-
no, yeah, AP
well-
2 damage 1.
Takes a wound. Then the spine banks, hitting on 4s, re-rolling all the things all the times, and wounding on 5s. 3 come through. The truck loses its last wound unless I CP re-roll it and keep the truck alive.
I've got lots of other guns.
No, sorry, it's battle shocked. I can't CP re-roll
It's
it.
irrelevant.
It's gone. Does it deadly demise? Doesn't deadly demise, and there's 10 boys inside. So the boys' boots hit the table, and now they're going to get lit up by some barb gaunts.
Yeah, they're all 5d6 shots.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s because they're heavy.
Okay, and you stay still.
Yeah, 4s.
Here are the wounds. I need 5s. I lose 4 boys. That leaves 5 boys remaining after they got out of the truck. Stinger salvos are coming into them from the T-Fex, and the acid spray from the T-Fex is going to hit the Squighog Boys. Here's the Stinger salvo.
4s to hit because it's injured.
Yes, that's 3 hits. Strength
5s
5.
to wound. 1 wound.
1 wound.
No AP.
I'm okay. I rolled a 6.
Squighog Boys.
Into the Squighog Boys, you have 12 hits, maximum number. 5s to wound though.
5s to wound.
Tough as squigcrete. Squigcrete, concrete. So this is a bunch of 6s. I don't make any. And then it's 2 damage a time, right?
It is, yep.
So on one fella, he's alive. He only takes a wound. And another fella, and now he's dead. You take down just one of them. So, taking down a Squighog boy, blowing up a truck, hurting a bunch of boys. We also had some shots from the Warriors over here. That is the end of the shooting phase. We've got some charges. So the Gene Stealers and the Warriors are both charging this unit?
Yep.
Okay.
Steelers first.
Yes,
Cool,
that's 12.
enough. Warriors. Can't
That's
really fail.
6. Okay, they go swarming in there. And at the end of the charge, it looks like this. The Squighog boys are surrounded. Who are we charging in the middle with the Carnifexes?
Everybody. Or both of these two.
Death Dread and Murphy. That's a 5. They're easily in there. Then the Hive Tyrant, though. The Hive Tyrant needs a 7. That's an 11.
Enough.
He's in. And then I think it's Don't Roll Snake Eyes on the Broodlord, and you're fine.
Much.
And the Broodlord gets in there as well. So Crump, everyone gets in here. Spending the CP on Arda's Nails one more time, -1 to wound. Because I can't on Murphy because he's battle shocked, and I can't down there because he's battle shocked. So I might as well spend it here. Anyway, let's see what the Broodlord can do. 2s to hit.
Not rerunning the ones anymore.
No, he hasn't got any G's. One minute. Last, you rolled 28 6s, and now you roll 4
It
1s.
does show that there are other spots that are available.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant.
Okay.
4s to wound. Twin linked. Okay, you need to twin linked.
He's not.
Right.
He's got a bit of a headache.
So that kind of evens out in the end. Right, Hive Tyrant is now having a go. I'm not paying interrupt anywhere. I can't.
So we're going to have they've got 3 wounds to start with, haven't they?
Yes.
Most of them. So we're going with the Monstrous Bone Sword first of all.
Right.
6 attacks on 2s.
Right. They all hit.
He'll hit, they don't do anything there.
Strength is?
Strength is 10.
3's to wound.
Twin linked.
Okay. Which becomes 4's to wound, actually, because of Ardor is nails.
Okay,
so you need the twin linked.
Yeah.
Okay, everything converted. What's the AP?
AP 2, damage 3.
So I need a bunch of 6s.
Yep.
I don't get any 6s. 3 damage a time.
At least you got feeling pains.
So the first guy is alive, and then on 1 wound, and he's still alive. And now he's dead. Right, second guy is alive on a wound, and now he's dead. And then the last guy, look, the boss knob might actually make it.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to make it. He's got 4 wounds.
Yeah.
In fact,
he's definitely going to make it.
He's fine. He takes every single hit from there. He's still alive. I'm liking Squighog boys. I think I'm going to get another 12 of them. So we'll come down to this fight with the other unit of Squighog boys. Mind you, if you end up getting 12 of things, that's the thing with Games Workshop. You end up buying lots of stuff, and by the time you've got the stuff, they've nerfed it into oblivion. And then they'll be terrible next edition, Squighog boys.
But they look pretty cool.
They do look pretty cool. I do like the look of them, yeah. Where are we starting?
We're going to start with the Gene Stealers.
Right.
So I've got 12 attacks.
Yes.
On 2s rerolling 1s.
Yes. And 6s don't do anything
nope.
yet. 5s to wound, 6s are devastating, 6s do something now. 4 6-up saves, and then I add them to the devastating pile, and these are 5-up feel no pains. That is a dead Squighog boy.
Broodlord, 2s rerolling 1s.
Yes.
Reroll 1.
Okay. And then 4s rerolling everything.
Yep.
There's some devastating.
Reroll them.
Okay. So that's a 6.
2 damage this one.
So
actually, yeah.
Well, I need to make the save.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then it becomes 2 damage.
Yes.
So 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. There's 1 left after that one died. So this is the dude. He's dead. And now the big dude, the boss knob. And he's down to 2 wounds remaining. 2 wounds to get through. Can the warriors do it? They hit on 3s. Win on 5s.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. He's still hanging in there. And now we're into the centre with a charge of Old One Eye and all the Carnifexes versus Howling Mad Murphy and a Death Dread. So how you doing this, Poodle?
Right, all the claws,
yes.
So that's 16 attacks are going into Murphy.
All the Scything Talons.
Most unfair, but...
That's overkill.
Yeah, I hope so.
Right.
He's quite dangerous if I don't kill him.
And then Old One Eye into the Death Dread.
Old One Eye into the Dread, yep.
Okay.
So, 4s with the Talons, luckily.
Luckily you can reroll, because that was awful. Re-rolling. Okay, need 3s to wound him. Right.
That's
So
interesting.
you're saying there's a chance.
I am.
Is it AP minus 2 or 3?
2.
So he does get 4-up saves.
Yeah.
He doesn't make any of them. And it is 3 damage a time.
It is. Do you want to...
He's got Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
But I can't CP it because he's Battle Shock.
Yeah.
So it's all about the 4-up Feel No Pains. I didn't make any saves, so I'll make all my 4-up Feel No Pains, you see. That's how maths work, right? No.
Close.
Howling Mad
But not
Murphy has fallen. Such a beautiful model. Thank you, Stylus and Dead of Imagination. Right, let's kill that Death Dread.
3s, re-rolling because he's leading the unit.
Yes.
6s would have been lethal here, but
Right.
not a problem. He's
Okay.
14, so 3s to wound.
And the AP of Massive Crushing Dudes
Is 3.
So 5-up
5s.
saves. Nope. How much damage?
3d6 plus 1, which is what I rolled last time.
Right.
So 3d6 plus 3, effectively.
3 ones if you would be nice. No. Dead Death Dread. Doesn't blow up. Shame he didn't blow up because one of the Carnifexes is on 1 wound. Would have killed him. Anyway, it kind of justifies me not keeping Bring It Down in my hand because I definitely wouldn't be able to bring anything down there. Then we rounded out the fight phase. We came over here where my boss knob on Squig killed a Gene Stealer, and then over here where the boss knob on Squig killed that Broodlord on just a couple of wounds remaining. And that's the end of my turn. Your turn 3. You're definitely area denying. You've taken the centre. And you've definitely extended the battle lines. But at the same time, I have also defended my thing. Then in the next turn, they're not battle shocked, and that's not battle shocked, so I can add up some points as we go on to Orks turn 4. So this is a very close game. There's only 3 points in it. It's 38 points to 41. The Bugs are winning. I need to storm a hostile objective and recover some assets. Do some actions in each zone of the battlefield and still be there at the end of my opponent's turn. In a remarkable turn of events, after failing every single battle shock test last turn, I passed every single battle shock test this turn, which is kind of lucky because I need to do some actions. So I'm recovering assets with this truck down here and recovering assets with this truck down here. And if they're still there at the end of Pootle's turn, I'll get 3 points. But there was a Hive Tyrant here with my boss knob locked up in combat with. You'd have got through him quite quickly, but so because he passed his battle shock test, he fell back, blocking the gap. Beasts can't go through, sorry, monsters can't go through the ruins, so I should be able to recover those assets with both of those trucks. And I move forward with the Death Dread, because what else is he going to do? Go flying into the pile, so you overwatched him, took a couple of wounds off, and it's good that you overwatched there, because I need to storm a hostile objective. And as soon as I was worried about moving the Boyz, so I started moving stuff around, trying to bait out the overwatch, and I did. Because then the Boyz need to storm that hostile objective. So that Squig Hog Boy boss knob fell back as well. The plan is, I've got some guns. Weaken up the warriors, charge only the warriors, OC you off the objective. If one of those warriors is alive and kills a bunch of those boys, I could be in trouble because I've only got a 5-up save and they're quite nasty in close combat. So I've got some guns, we've got some pistols. Let's fire some pistols and some shooters and some warriors. Orks hitting on 5s, did what orks do. I shot everything in, did nothing. Now we're going to charge with that unit of boys. That's a 5. Right, here we end up. I need this to work. I don't want you to hit me back. So I'm spending a CP on Unbridled Carnage. So instead of 5s, it's 6s being sustained, 5s are sustained. Here's a bunch of choppers. Oh no. Brilliant. I need 5s. Well, that's okay. I get 4 5s. 4 5-up saves. This could do a thing.
Oh, kills that one and puts this one down to 1 wound. 1
wound. So it's all about the power claw on my boss knob. Needs 4s. And that goes back in. This needs 3s.
Oh no!
Command point.
Yes.
1 3. Please, Gork or Mork, hear my prayer. There you go. If you could not roll a 6 now, that'd be lovely. Yay, I killed him. I made it look difficult, but I got him. So I stormed the hostile objective. I get some points. I'm also recovering some assets. We're not charging with a Death Dread up the middle. We saw what happened when we put a Gorkanaut in there. And a Death Dread on 6 wounds remaining is not the life choice. The other thing about that is it stops you scoring that objective. I've got this one. So you've got the central one and that one for 10 points for the primaries. As we go on to Tyranids turn 4. The Bugs are winning 51 to 42. They're 9 points in the lead. They also want to storm a hostile objective and cleanse one on the way through. Have a little whittle on one, I think. Not so much cleansing as in laying down a scent marker. Okay, so you've got a Tyrannifex in the middle of the battlefield cleansing an objective because he doesn't have any targets. But that's points. As for storming a hostile objective, well, we've got a you've got the Brood Lord with the 2 remaining Gene Stealers going into those 2 boys over there. So that'll be storming. That'll be cleansing. The that Death Dread is not long for this world, and the Amble wants to make a really long charge and come bundling through as well. And talking about units not long for this world, there is a Hive Tyrant facing down 1 lone Squig Hog Rider. Here we are at the end of turn 4 because there were very little shooting but quite a bit of punching. The Hive Tyrant killed that boss knob rather easily. You'd have killed about 6 Death Dreads in the middle of the table rather easily. And the Broodlord and the Gene Stealers against those boys on that objective, re-rolling hits and re-rolling wounds with no save. You killed them rather easily. Maxing out your points for cleanse. Maxing out the points for storming the hostile objective. And I've got this objective and this objective left in turn 5. But more importantly, I've got 2 empty trucks and a unit of Warbikers going up against Gene Stealers and Carnifexes and T-Fexes, oh my. So go to Orks turn 5. I recovered some assets as well, and adding on those 10 points on the primary get me to 55 points, but the bugs are already on 56 points, one point in the lead, and I need no prisoners and area denial. Now, no prisoner. Well, area denial. I'm not getting area denial.
Good luck.
No prisoners. There's some Ripper Swarms there. I might be able to kill them, but let's say I even kill them. You're still going to get 5, 10, 15 on the things, and then draw some cards at the start of Tyranids, turn 5. You just whipped them out. They happen to be Assassinate, which you score automatically because character's dead, and Defend Stronghold, which, yeah, okay. So you can definitely do yours. I can't do mine. And that would give the Tyranids a score of 74 to my current score of 55. So even if I get no prisoners, definitely can't win this day. So this is the way the world ends. I have to call it there. I have to concede, which means the Orks win.
Hey.
Because the Orks had a fight, so we win. It would be a final score of 65 to the Orks with the 10 points for painting standard versus 84 points to the Tyranids. Pootle.
Yeah.
That bit in the middle ended up being critical.
It was.
Like, not losing the truck was good for me, but putting that thing down to 1 wound, but not killing them.
Yeah. And the wrap around with the Gants to stop you charging in earlier.
Genius moves.
Well, that was just remembering to use the rule, which is a thing.
That thing firing twice, because basically overwatching for free and the thing. That's why I'm trying to kill it.
Yep.
Trying to get rid of that
It's
and
nasty.
bring it down and all that.
I do like that as the way to run a T-Fax, but not that I play them very often, but it's such a lovely kind of tactical to stop your opponent doing what they want to do in their turn.
It's got such a good Overwatch shot.
Yeah.
And being able to do it for free because you brought a Hive Tyrant along, which allows you a free thingy bob a turn, is beautiful. Plus you had a lot of CP as well. So the fight in the middle, essentially, it was one big car park, but you broke on through. Yeah. I thought the Morkanaut could have done some wounds at least to them.
Yeah, I thought it should have done.
Yeah, but in the end it didn't.
Kill one.
Mind you, again, you spent the point on rapid regeneration, and if you hadn't, then that one would have died, and then maybe you wouldn't have killed the Morkanaut, and then maybe I'd have stuck you up. Yeah. It was a good game. There was a lot of playing, counter-playing, we were thinking and chatting off camera as well.
Turns 2 and 3, there was a lot of thinking and
it was really tactical.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you.
No, thanks for coming all the way down. Lovely to see an amble. I mean, that brings me all the way back to my youth. I remember when that bad boy came out.
I'm slightly. He didn't do anything at all. Didn't even score me any VP, but he was there.
He was there.
There was 3 different ambles, technically, I guess, wasn't it? It popped up.
Yeah, coming it back again and again and again. Yeah, he's like the cheerleader squad to your Tyranid Swarm. Like, can I play too?
Yeah.
And it's so good seeing the old Gene Stealers as well. Again, getting big nostalgia vibes from this. But thanks for coming all the way down. Lovely to play with Murphy and his WoW.
Absolutely. Happy October. Happy Orktober.
October, yes. It's October when we're filming this. It might come out in Norkvember. Wolf Boot Chronicles. Wolf Boot Chronicles, Blogspot. Go check that out. That's where you post all the stuff.
And Wolfboot _Pootle on the Instagram.
Wolfboot _Pootle on the Instagram. Write a comment in the comment section when this comes up, and I'll pin it so people can go and find out all their things. Thank you everyone for watching this battle report. We do hope you enjoyed yourself. Happy war
gaming.